Hi, my name is Brian Connors. I'm putting a description on here with some of the details, but I can't really include them all because I've told a judge that I wouldn't tell anybody about this. And when I said that, the prosecution said that they would let me go. But I was in St. Augustine on March the 5th, 2005, wearing a t-shirt that says "No Excuse for Abuse" slogan on it. It's an anti-child abuse t-shirt. I had gotten it from the Alpha Omega Miracle Center booth that was at the entrance to the Kmart that I was going into, and I picked it up for $10. Well, I was wearing it on the street corner, and while I was doing that, some police officers came up to me. One of them started asking me some questions, but while he was doing that, I started to feel this supernatural sensation start to come over my body, and it was pretty amazing. I was out there because I'd opened the Bible that morning and I read that part about, I just opened it up to the part about "Stand ye still and wait upon the Lord." So that's what I was doing. I figured, well, maybe this applies to this t-shirt I just got. And since I was involved in a situation where I've been told about a case of child abuse, I thought maybe it applied to that t-shirt, and I went out in the corner of US1 and 312 wearing it. It was raining, but I read that part as soon as I opened the Bible that morning, so that's what I did. A police officer came up to me and started asking me some questions like, "Is there anybody else with you? What are you doing here?" etc. But while he was doing that, I felt this supernatural sensation come over my body, and it was really amazing. It felt like warm, just about as warm as I feel in this Arboretum conservatory here, even though it's wintertime. It was raining and it was otherwise cold, but I felt really warm. My whole body was bathed in this sort of supernatural sensation, and I've tried to figure out what it was since then. I've looked up things online. One of them's called the supernatural, the True Workings of God and the Counterfeits of Satan, by Jesse Penn Lewis. It was written in 1912, I think. And she has a whole chart of what's the true workings of God and what's the counterfeits of Satan. I don't know which category what I felt falls into exactly. To be honest with you, according to her work, it seems to fall into the counterfeits of Satan. But in any event, it came on extremely strongly. When I look back on it, and I wonder if I knew what I was dealing with, I wonder if I was actually almost ready to be struck by lightning. But after thinking about it, I realized that wasn't the case. It wasn't anything like that, and nobody was struck by any lightning. But I stood there, and the feeling disappeared as soon as this officer touched my shoulder with the palm of his hand. Then they took me to jail. So, like I said, I don't know what this feeling was about. And I got out of jail the next day when I told the judge that I wouldn't tell anybody anything about what happened. But I do feel it's my civic duty to do so, because even though I said in court that I wouldn't, I'm not going to give all the details, but I do have to make people aware of what happened, so I'm including a description of that.